Hi, it's Christine from the European Startup Association, and I'm here with Haley and Jenny from Dodo Laboratory, and they're one of our startups, and we're really excited to have them on board because they have an exciting startup. But I hand over to you guys to really introduce yourself and maybe why you started the business. Jenny, if you want to start introducing yourself.
Um, my name's Jenny. I'm the head of research at Dodo. Haley.
So hi, my name's Haley. I'm one of the original founder and now co-founder with Jenny um, of Dodo Laboratory. So we really started as a personal creative project at international festivals around the world. But now Dodo Laboratory is a social gaming startup for kids, and our mission is really about leveraging the power of play to create transformative learning experiences to teach kids 21st century skills. So the idea is that we want to help kids think more critically about global challenges using data-driven adaptive learning. So at the moment, we're part of the BSS program here in Berlin uh, with the High Tech Seed Lab, and we're really excited actually to be part of the European Startup Association, and we're looking forward to actually getting to know more of other members and possible investors as well.
Yes. Very nice. And tell us a bit more about what you actually do, interactive learning experience. And I know probably more than people who are watching this video. How does it work? Because it sounds like a lot of fun and it looks like a lot of fun. And maybe also why you actually started this company.
Okay, so I think the central to what we're doing at the moment is kind of three different aspects. So it started off with trying to think about how to enable creativity to be a force of good for kids, especially with the way things are in the world. There's a lot of changes, and it feels like change is going to be the only constant going forwards.
Mm.
And it really started because we were asking a lot of these kind of questions ourselves about how we can make a difference in the world, right? And it's something that I feel comes really natural with children. They're very passionate. And often I felt like, thinking back on my own childhood, there were lots of things that I was passionate about that kind of fell away when you grow up. And I think this is kind of the starting point for us. It's like, how do we sort of empower kids to really be passionate, right? And to feel like they can make a difference in the world. And from that point on, we really kind of prototyped a lot of ideas, trying to find a unique and more sort of engaging way for kids to participate and to be able to tell their own story and to have their own perspective on what's going on in the world. At the moment, our kind of focus is really about translating a narrative adventure game that we prototyped offline into a digital format in order to create a new kind of hybrid transformative learning experiences that allow kids to engage with more complex ideas such as climate change and fake news and prejudice, which is our current sort of topic that we're trying to engage kids with. And our focus is really developing soft skills that's kind of hard to learn through traditional education, and understanding that actually play is something that's very much a part of how people in general learn, especially kids, and trying to connect that to the core of what we are trying to achieve here at Dodo Laboratory.
Thank you so much for sharing that. It sounds really great. And I completely agree. Playfulness in playing is really a really engaging way to learn new skills, and not just for children, but especially for children, like you say. But I think also as adults, we need to get more and more back into creativity and being playful and being more childish again when learning a new skill. And the more you do, and the more you get interactive with things, the easier it is to learn. And this is even science based for everyone who's like, oh, what's this? No, I just sit down and read a book. Can work for some people, but you just remember more if you see and touch and hear stuff rather than just listening to things, like the school system unfortunately is like in most of these things. So that's very great. And all these things that you teach are also important for entrepreneurs. So maybe we can think about something to include you in some of our upcoming events as well to get adults to get a bit more playful again and to learn some more entrepreneurial skills. Tell us a bit more about challenges that you maybe come across, like every single startup in the whole world, including us and myself and my different startups come across. We all share basically the same journey. So it would be nice if you can share some challenges that you came across and how you overcome them, because other people might come across them and then there's already a solution or maybe some tips. I don't know. So maybe you can share some of that.
I think one of the biggest challenges we have is obviously timing. I think timing is something that's very crucial for the type of idea that you're trying to bring into the world. And for us, being a creative sort of driven startup, that has brought a lot of challenges, right? Because what we are trying to create in many ways are intangible, like compared to other kinds of products and services that other startups are focusing on. And one of the biggest challenges for us is like, how do we show a proof of concept? Because it's definitely different. So we're kind of trying to exist in the intersection of very different kind of sectors and different kinds of businesses. And also being sort of a female and diverse team, that also brought other types of challenges, clearly. Also finding that ideas perhaps have a unique fit as well in different kind of places and different kind of culture. So these are like maybe 2 or 3 things that I found actually through working with Dodo, that has been something that we kind of had to be creative ourselves to find ways to overcome.
Yes, I think timing is crucial for every startup, and unfortunately we don't always know what the best timing is, and the timing is never 100% right because there's things that we cannot influence, external factors that happen. Maybe money runs out, maybe you need to raise funds and it takes longer with everything. So sticking to things can be really difficult, but it's necessary as a startup. So I don't know if you can also share maybe some of the main characteristics that you think a startup should have.
Maybe I can start, and then Hayley can join in. But one of the things that I've learned working with Hayley is that no matter what challenges arise, like the key thing is that you just have to find a way to keep going. You have to find a solution, even if there isn't one that's kind of immediately obvious. And so I think that's something that is at the heart of Dodo, right? Thinking creatively about how to solve new challenges, even when they were not something that you could anticipate or see coming. That's definitely something that I see working together every day.
Absolutely. I think one of the big lessons that I've learned is that you have to be you have to really believe in the thing that you're trying to create, right? Because there's going to be so many people that's going to tell you that you're crazy, that it's not going to work. And if we had taken that to heart, like, you wouldn't get very far. I think the passion has to be there. Like, I often know that people say that, but I think you really see that in the people that do stay, because they actually really passionately care about the project. And I think for me, like, the things that keeps me going every time, where I'm like, can I keep going? It's just because there's other people that believe enough in this vision that you're trying to bring to the world that pushes you forwards, right? And I think it's those things that count the most, and that I'm very grateful for.
Lovely. And that's a lovely finish to this interview. I thank you so much for your time and the little bit of insight that we got into your company. And we, as the European Startup Association, looking really forward to supporting you on your journey forward and showing you that your passion will pay off in the end. Thank you so much for your time. I'll speak to you very soon.
Yes, of course.
Bye.
Bye.